Hello you guys, welcome to Jurassic World Evolution 3. The game is out today. I've got absolutely no idea what I'm doing because I'm a Planet Coaster player, but here we are. By the way, if you do want to support the channel and buy the game, there is an affiliate link in the description. Frontier have given me one of those. I do get commissioned if you use it. I don't run sponsors and stuff, so as you know, everything absolutely helps. Massive thank you to Frontier for giving me the game early. I am recording this having only played the campaign during the launch and about half hour of a failed first attempt at this series. It was not pretty. I can talk about that later because it's quite funny. I've got no idea what I'm doing. We're just going to have some fun, and I think we get straight into it, right? We're going to go straight into Sandbox, and I do want to go straight into Sichuan because this is a map that I have already checked out, and I really, really like it. I do want to have some stuff, right? Because I don't just want to go into Sandbox and play. I actually want to play with some kind of conditions, but I don't really know what I'm doing, so I don't want the pressure of campaigns and stuff. So I do want the scientists on. I do also want to have stuff like research, dinosaur marketplace, then I also want power facilities. I also want fuel. No, I don't want those on. I want those off. I don't want invincible vehicles. I want some kind of stuff. Cash is an interesting one. I don't know whether to go high, medium, or low because I've never played it. I don't know whether the game is going to be as punishing as Planet Zoo, where you place a bench and get charged £1 million for it, or if it's going to be like Planet Coaster 2, where you place a bench and get given £1 million for it. I don't really know. So let's go down the middle, shall we? It could go either way. Not a clue. I'm going to keep everything else here as it is. Weather level, I'm going to keep as it is. I think dinosaurs, I've got no idea what any of this means, guys. No idea at all. If you're wanting that sort of stuff, by the way, Evolution Square is incredible. I've been watching a lot of content over there, and I still haven't learned anything because, well, yeah, I just can't be taught, apparently. Anyway, I think that's everything that we're going to need. Let's start the game. It's going to let me know that autosave data is being overridden. That's my previous horrible attempt at doing this kind of episode. Oh, man. It's it's interesting. Right, so the game is loading, and we're going in. Here is a beautiful cinematic. This is Sichuan, China. So of all the maps that I've checked out, this is actually probably the one that's more suited to doing a series like this. And how good does this game look? Like, it's almost like everything I wanted Planet Coaster 2 to be, because excuse me, it's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So this is the surveying of the land. Apparently it's a very large map. You can draw your conclusions from that, from what you will. So it spreads all the way over here. Cool. Right, so just to let you know, by the way, I'm on a 4090. Graphics settings are on high, or ultra, the highest they can get. So, where do we even begin? We need to get ourselves an entry point, right? So I'm thinking this is probably a fairly decent area for some kind of starter thing, maybe. So we've got lots of different stuff. We've got operations here. We've got all of the enclosure stuff. We've got attractions that we'll unlock through research. We've got guest facility stuff. We're going to need those pretty much straight away. Restrooms, emergency shelters, hotels, and that sort of stuff. Then we've got a load of foliage options. So for those that are familiar with Planet Zoo, you're going to know what this is about. Pathing, I don't really get why the width is locked behind research, but it is what it is. We'll have to research it. There's all of our power options to start with. We've just got backup generators, and then we'll unlock the rest as we go along. And then this is where the real fun starts. I don't want to do this in the first couple of episodes because it's just going to be a time sink. But if you are familiar with Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, you have the ability to have custom buildings. And this is apparently the first time Jurassic World Evolution 3 has had this. You saw me doing all of this in the Let's Play. I mean, you've got some absolutely incredible stuff. Oh, I can't wait to dive into it. Like I say, I need to familiarise myself with the palette of stuff because yeah, otherwise it's just going to be a 30-minute episode of me trawling through every single item, and we've already done that piece. Right, we need to get the park started, right? Because we don't get access to dinosaurs. What I've learned from the failed run-through is I need to start synthesizing them and researching them, and I need to do that pretty quickly. So, first off, we need to create an economy, because we've got $9 million. Where am I even going? It's not enclosures. So we definitely need an activity centre to start with. And I'm going to place that somewhere here, I think. There. And we need an entrance, right? This is the guest spawner. So I don't know where it is. Where is it? Emergency shelter, small hotel. There's going to be people now shouting, going, you are missing it. Oh, there you go. Arrival point. It's here. Right. So I also wanted to ask as well, ask myself whether we have the ability to create our own, right? So these are the ones out of the box. And this is what I love about this kind of game, is that it's a bit plop and play. And you can just place down the in-game pieces. But can I actually do my own version like we can in Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo? Because otherwise the buildings don't make sense. So yes is the short answer. You go to custom design and it gives you the module and you build around the module. So that is familiar with Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo. That's the official question answered from before, because I didn't actually look at the time. Where did I even get this? Where did I even get that from? I've forgotten. There we go. Oh, guys, you were warned this was going to be chaos. I am not even going to lie about this. Like, we're 6 minutes in and it's already a mess. Okay, so we've got our spawn point, and we've placed down our activity centre here. So now I need to start doing some stuff. So I want to make this not necessarily realistic, but I kind of want it to be like a park, right? That's the ultimate game. That's the ultimate goal. So for now, whilst we're waiting to unlock wider paths, again, it's unknown as to why it's like that. I think, there we go, we'll put that down. So we're going to need some guest facilities, as a typical theme park would have all of your stuff around here, right? So we're going to put in some toilets. We're going to need... Oh, they're not Chacho toilets, I'm afraid. I mean, well, actually, I don't think you can, because even then, the module is solid, right? So, yeah. Sorry, guys. No Chacho toilets in Jurassic World Evolution 3. And then we've got... we need a gift shop. We definitely need a gift shop. So I think one of the things that comes up is a challenge to do with gift shops. So we'll put the gift shop sort of like here. Then we need some kind of food unit. So, I mean, they're the same building design, right? They just changed the logo and stuff that's on the front. So I'm not mad about that. That's fine. Whatever. So place that there. And we also need drink. There we go. So we're going to place that sort of there. We'll come back and decorate all of this. Right now, we just need to get some kind of economy going in the game. We need to get an economy going. We need to get dinosaurs. So that's what we are doing right now. Right, I need to connect this up to here. There we go. Right, so you can see now that we've got no power sources. Fine, we need to deal with that. So let's go ahead and build up a backup generator. I don't think they have to be connected to the path. I think they can just live. So I'm happy with that. Next thing we need to do is set up attractions, because that generator is going to need... Not attractions, sorry. Set up operations. That generator is going to need to be serviced at some point, and that's in here. So if we go to a maintenance post, we can place down a maintenance post here. That's now going to look after all of the buildings as and when they come up for repair, and all of the stuff that's needed for the generator. At the moment, we have no team, so we're going to need to put something in here, and I think this is probably a good space for this, right? So if we go back to operations, we need a response facility, a maintenance facility, and a medical facility. We haven't got any dinosaurs at the moment, so I'm going to park the medical facility. We do need maintenance because, of course, generators and stuff need doing. So I want to do this almost like a backstage thing. I want it to be semi-realistic as to what we would normally do in something like Planet Coaster. So I'm going to bring this out here, like this, like this, like this, like this. We need to get research going. In fact, there's a number of things we need to do in terms of objectives. So we need to set up an economy, which we're in the process of doing right now. We need to set up expeditions to go and find dinosaur stuff. And we also need to start synthesizing dinosaurs and breaking apart the things that we're bringing back from these expeditions. So it works a little bit like 2 Point Hospital. No, wrong one. 2 Point Museum. In that aspect, in the sense that you send people out, they go do their thing, and then they come back. Right, so we need power for this building. No. It's down here. There we go. So we'll pop the power station there. Right, so now we've got the maintenance facility, we've got power, so we can now come back and assign a team to here. So we're going to assign these guys. There we go. Right, they're now just going to automatically look after everything. So now we need to connect up our activity center, excuse me, to the actual path network. And this should then open the park. At this point, we should now start getting guests coming in. He says. Clearly not. Fine. We'll park that. We'll come back to that. Because either way, we're going to need stuff to do, right? We're going to need dinosaurs and whatever. So we need to get that started. So we need a control center. So we'll plop this down here. I love the fact, by the way, the title of this video is probably going to be Noob Plays, and I'm playing it like I already know what I'm doing. Guys, don't be fooled by that. I've literally played the half hour of the first episode. All I'm doing at the moment is I'm just regurgitating the episode that I scrapped. Once we get past this point, I've got no idea what I'm doing. So we are also going to need the expedition center. That's where we send out the scientists and stuff. So we'll place that. How's our money looking? 7.8 million. I think this is a forgiving budget. So although he says that, I think everything costs. I think we're going to be okay for money, basically. I don't think we're going to end the series because I've gone bust. At least that's the hope. We're going to need a science centre, right? So the reason for this is you need to send out your expeditions from your expedition centre, and you also need a science centre to pull apart all of the fossils and stuff that you're bringing back. We need some scientists, so we're going to need ones, and I've remembered this from the playthrough that we did on the at the launch event, right? So we need a mix. We need people that are going to be high on genetics. So Melissa looks like she's a good one to have. So we're going to have her. We need someone that's high on welfare. Relatively high on welfare. They're all pretty much the same. I am going to go for Tempest because she's got a higher potential welfare. And we also need someone that's high on logistics as well. So we're going to go for Victor, I think. And by the way, I think the scientists are different every single time. These are not the same scientists that I had in my first game, I'm sure. Right, so we've got 3. Fine. Now, I don't remember where I do research from. Here, research. Right, so we're going to need to start unlocking stuff straight away. Operations-wise, we need things, right? So straight off, we're going to need power. Power generators. What do I need? Oh, I haven't got enough logistics, so we need more scientists. Okay. So few scientists, recruit, more logistics. Oh, there's a... Travis is good on genetics. Do you know what? I'm going to get Travis whilst I'm here. You definitely, by the way, don't want to be hiring a ton of people straight off, especially as we don't know what's happening with money. But hey, whatever. Let's just go Renegade. Do I go Nancy? Yeah, I do, because welfare is higher. Logistics 1, logistics 2, 0, 2. Yeah, definitely Nancy. Right, where are you? Back to Nancy. Done. Okay, so now that should enable us to do the research that we wanted to do. So let's go and get here. Yeah, there we go. So now we select the scientists that we want to use. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. 500 grand. 500 grand to get some power sources. But anyway, so we want power sources because at the moment we've got to put all the backup generators and stuff in, and that just causes an absolute nightmare. Oh, okay, well, something is open because we've now got guests. Or we've got staff, so you can tell the difference between the two. Staff have got the hard hats, and then guests are just wandering around in their clothes, as you do. So now we can start seeing whether we're actually making money. So we are actually making 19,000 a minute. I think that's real time. I think that's literally a minute, as in real life minute. Anyway, sure. I don't know if we're going to be able to send out expeditions yet, so we're going to go to the expedition map anyway. This is basically where we can go, and this is where we're going to go off and find some fossils so that we can then start to synthesize the dinosaurs. We don't get given them, and you can research the trade market a little bit like Planet Zoo has got, but you actually need so many species of dinosaur in the game in your park before you can unlock that, so you have to do this bit regardless. So we're going to go for USA. Oh, I can just send them. Okay. Let's just send Schofield. Off you go, mate. See you later. Right, so the next thing we are also going to need, but I don't know if we've unlocked it yet, is the hatchery. Because once we've started to synthesize the fossils, we're going to need to put down the hatchery. So, where's that? I think it's locked. Market. Yeah, there's the marketplace facility I was just talking about. Enclosures. No, there's the hatchery, so we can place that down straight away. Okay, cool. Let's put that in here. And we're going to go like that and then down like that. So we've got 2 minutes left of the expedition. Right, there we go. So, we've got everything we now need infrastructure-wise. We've got the Science Centre for research and for the fossils. We've got the Expedition Centre to go and get the stuff from the world. There are some scenarios, by the way, where you can capture the dinosaurs. They are actually in the wild and you go out and capture them. Not this one, though. We've got the Control Centre. That's where our scientists live. Maintenance facility are doing their thing. By the way, this, I'm going to take direct control of this. This is so cool. The fact that we can, hang on, it's attached to WSAD, isn't it? Yes, drive me. I think you can actually, oh no, you can. There we go. There's our clickbait thumbnail. Just drive through all the people. But this is quite cool when you've got stuff that needs a direct fix. And there is also, if we go into the capture, have we got the capture yet? The Expedition Centre. No, we haven't put that down yet, have we? So when we put that down, you can also control the helicopter. Or you can just let it do its thing. So you can go into the maintenance facility, you choose your maintenance team, and then assign task. So if you don't want to actually do the driving yourself, you can either let the game do it automatically, you can add the task manually, or you can do direct control and actually do the thing yourself. That gets stressful, by the way. Literally the last episode, the first episode I did, I had a weather event and everything was destroyed and I had to go and do it manually. It's stressful. It really, really is. Right, so we're just waiting for another 9 seconds for this to come back and then we can start synthesizing stuff. We're not going to get everything we're going to need straight away. That's guaranteed. But we are going to be able to go straight in and we can sell those off. I don't know if you can use them in museums and stuff. I've just been selling them off. And then we can have these 3 all being not synthesized, extracted at the same time. So you can see these are your extracting slots and each one has a cost to it and then you can batch them all together. It's 50 grand a time. Going to begin the task, and for this one we need 3 science people. So again, I'm going to just use Thomas. Now you can see that the unrest here is starting to go up, so your staff, your scientists particularly, are going to need breaks every now and again, so you have to sort of take them off of service, as we would call it in the roller coaster world. And yeah, you have to have them breaking. It doesn't take long, but you can't just keep ploughing them through the stuff. So anyway, we're going to start that task, get those synthesized. We're going to go off again. So you can see straight away that we can't go to the USA again, so we're actually going to go to Canada, and we're going to need 5 on this one. So we're going to send Schofield, we're going to send Pio, and we're going to send... Oh no, that's it. We only need to send the 2. So we're going to 433 grand. So we're going to send those off. They're going to come back with some other stuff. And then so you can see down here you've got 4 minutes left on the extraction, and then 2 minutes left on the... I guess they're concerned about the lack of what? Coverage. Okay, fine. 2 minutes left on the expedition. So, what else can we put in straight away? We've done the research on the... Oh, that's a good point. Let's get something else researching. So that's power. That is... Oh, we need a staff centre. Scientists are busy, so... That's fine. Right, we're going to have to come back. Unless we hire more scientists. Should we just hire more scientists? Can we hire more scientists? No, we're full. Out of space. Okay, we'll have to wait. Fine. What else can we put in then? We've got the power station. So the first thing we need is the small power station here. And we're going to place that into our area like so. Then this is showing that it's not connected to anything. So we need a substation. And we're going to be able to put... I'm going to just do this for the sake of doing it, right? Going to put the substation in here. And then we need to connect it via power lines this way. I think it comes around the back, doesn't it? So around the back here. There we go. Connect it there. And I just need to connect this now to the pathway. So if we bring that down there, that along there, that along there, that down there. Oh, still not connected. So go in there. There we go. So that's that bit done. That now means that these backup generators, they are literally backup generators. If something goes wrong with the actual power itself, then the backup generators will kick in and keep everything going. That's actually quite handy when you have a weather event, as I found out the hard way. But they're also not impervious. They can also be destroyed themselves. Right, let's really quickly look at the decoration options that we've got. No, not here. Back. Scenery. There we go. Because we've got some really, really cool stuff here. There's some stuff actually I really, really wish we had in Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo. And some stuff has come over from it. So like these planters and whatever are all in here. We've also got foliage and stuff. So we can theme things. So like we can place down trees and whatever to maybe hide this sort of stuff. And we can also build, as you saw, our own buildings, which I think I do want to get involved in at some point, but I probably can't right now. So, Expedition should be back, because we've got the... No, wait, hang on. Is it the synthesizing that's been done? It's the synthesizing that's been done. Okay, so in the hatchery, we've got... you. So at the moment we've now got enough DNA to synthesize females but not males. So you can see here we've got 64%. I am not even and does it actually tell? Oh, it's up here. No, wait, hang on. Well, there we go. Edmontosaurus. Oh, God. It's so much easier to pronounce coaster names than it is dinosaurs. Guys, I told you, I haven't got a clue. I just don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, 64%. So I've probably got enough to start to do females, but I think you need above 80 to do males. But, do you know what? Let's do it. So we need 5 research. So we're going to go for Thomas and we're going to go for you. God. I'm gonna get cancelled. I am just gonna get cancelled. Right, so we've got our first dinosaurs underway. Can I do any research? Probably. No, they're all still busy. They're all still busy. Okay, fine. Whatever. We've got 27 seconds left on this guy anyway, and then a minute and a half left on this expedition. So as I said, everything that you do then, you go out and you find stuff. That gives you your base level of dinosaurs, and then you use research to unlock other areas of the world that you can go and find stuff from, and you have varying different things, and sometimes you have setbacks that you have to overcome, so it's either reputation hit or money or delays or stuff. It works really, really similarly to 2 Point Museum, but I don't think it's as grinding as 2 Point Museum is. 2 Point Museum is quite intense with the grind, whereas Jurassic World Evolution 3 tends to feel like it's a bit better. So yeah, right, we've got 2 seconds left on this one. There we go, we are here. So next up, we now need to go for the eggs. Yeah, so you can see here it's not going to let me flip it to male because we don't have enough of the genetics to be able to synthesize the males. That's fine. They're all going to be female. I'm okay with that. But I can't do... All the scientists are busy. Oh, I bet it's this one, isn't it? We've still got... Oh, no. Right, okay, what we can do is to start setting up our first enclosure whilst we're waiting for that. So, enclosures, there we go. We're going to want a fence. I don't know what fence we're going to want for these guys. This is Planet Zoo all over again. I'm just going to go for the small electrified fence, just be hopeful. And then we're going to go down here, down here, down here. I don't even know how big the dinosaur is. Like, what space do they even need? Not a clue. Not a clue. Okay, well, we'll just make it up as we go along. I'm alright with that. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's now going to build, as you can see. We need power. So we're going to need a substation. And we're going to put that... not in water. Dinosaurs and electricity don't mix, nor does water and electricity. Do we need to be mindful about how this looks, or are we just plop and play? I think we're just plop and playing, really, aren't we? We can do if this is a successful series, I think we can probably go ahead and do a beautified series. For now, let's just do it. Let's just do stuff. Oh. So you've got the backup generator here. That actually needs topping up. So I think that's because we haven't actually put in the maintenance depot. I thought the maintenance depot automatically did it from the depot, but that's fine if it doesn't. Let's assign the other team. There you go. So they'll now go and do that. Go and do their thing. This is now building here. Are my scientists back? I think they are. So we can now... select the eggs. Yeah, there we go. We've got everybody that we need. So we're going to begin the incubation. We need 5 on the old... I've forgotten what this was. The logistics, science, welfare. 1, 2, 5. There you go. Start task. There we go. Dinosaurs. We've got dinosaurs on the way. Hooray! So there's a couple of things. Oh, hello. All right. Chill out. No power where? What? Oh my god, what have we done? Oh my god, what have I done? What's happened? Wait, what? Okay. Where's my maintenance team? See, first episode. First episode. It just goes horribly, horribly wrong. I don't even know how to fix it. Like, what? What? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I think this might be a temporary fix. I'm going to do that. Not a clue. If I add that to the top, there we go. They'll just go off and do that thing. Okay, right, so we're back. I've got no idea. Not a clue. Right, so we're going to need an observation. I'm a sandbox player, and that's very much obvious, right? That is very much obvious. Right, so we need an observation thing. We're going to come down here, down here, down here. Right, and then we're going to need a ranger post, which is... No, sorry, we're going to need a maintenance post. So there you go, maintenance post there. Let's assign the maintenance team, so they've now got 2 on their patrol. We're going to need a landing. So we're going to go in with the delivery zone. There we go. Oh, it's because of a storm. Okay. Fine. Right, so we've got a couple of seconds left on this one. We are going to need now our response facility, because we're going to need to airlift our dinosaur into its new home. Let's plop that there, right by the power line. That's not a good idea, is it? That's definitely not a good idea. So, fine. And then we're going to go in and hopefully release via airlift. We're going to release it into here. And off it goes. We've got our first dinosaurs. Hooray! Can I speed this up? There we go. In it goes. And then over. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then as this comes down, we can then release it into the... Oh, is that the wild then? No, that's not into the wild, is it at all? At all! Absolute liar. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Container ready to release. There they are! Our first dinos! What fun. Hello, guys. Right, not guys. They're ladies, aren't they? Hello, ladies. Alright, ladies. Yeah.
Is a large herbivore that moves.
Yeah, alright, we don't care anymore. So, there you go. I think that's probably a good place to call it. We've got dinosaurs, we've got people. We need to sort out their whole enclosure and stuff. We'll do that in the next episode. Thank you for getting to the end of this one. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you think, by the way. I know it looks like I know what I'm doing, but from this point on, I am blind. So it's going to be a mess of a series, and I'm totally here for it. I'll see you for the next episode, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.